Hey everybody, JB from DragonDen Productions here. Today we have Poxxus, the leader of the Circle of Poxxus, or their deity. Really cool looking figure we picked up. He has his bow, which I have it written here, called the Plague Slayer. So, we're going to crack this open, and let's dig into this. And here we have him out of the box. He comes with a lot of stuff, so bear with me. We're going to go through his accessories and then get to the figure. I will tell you, first and foremost, be exceedingly careful pulling him out of the box. When I pulled him out of his box, one of these antennae actually came right off. They're just glued in there, so I went ahead and glued it back in and got it squared away. And the rest of them seem pretty good. Don't want to... But for turning his head and everything, you got to be really careful because those are kind of in the way. First and foremost, let's just do that. All right, let's get into his accessories. First thing you have are his shoulder pauldrons. They just plug into the back of them and go on shoulders. I'm going to wait to put those on until we get done with articulation. You get a quiver of arrows, which have a little hook on there and can hook onto his belt really easily. You have his bow, Plague Slayer. Very nice. It does have an elastic string, and he gets two versions of this. So you have one with the elastic string, just normal, and then you have one with these really, really nice wing effects on there, like very bug insect-ish. Because it is Plague Slayer, so a plague of bugs. You get a standard clear, it's a clear yellow orange arrow with a little bug on the end because he fires bugs. So you could, let's see here if we can knock this arrow. So yeah, you can actually knock the arrow onto the bow like he's about to fire the bug. Gross. Then you have another arrow with a whole lot of bugs coming off. They look like creepy flies. And something I thought was really cool, I got on my blacklight because usually some of these translucents glow. Well, here's the interesting thing. I'm going to cover up the bugs first. When I turn that on, it doesn't turn that. There we go. Put that down. The translucent doesn't really glow, but the wings of the bugs do, and that is awesome. So if you have a black light in your display, I mean, let's... Hopefully that's showing up on camera. If not, I'll go ahead and I'll make sure there's some close-up pictures with it too, so you can see that. But really cool. I haven't tested everything with that yet, so he's got wings. They don't do anything. I know he doesn't have anything on him that does. And then that does not, his circlet. But just thought y'all would think that's pretty cool. Alright, so we got the arrows, we got the bows. He comes with a set of wings that will plug in to his backpack. There's a little ball joint with a peg in there. I will say, try to get that peg downward when you're doing this. It makes it a little bit easier. Yeah, it looks like the wings just stay together like that. And that pegs right into his back using that. He comes with his magical circlet. This actually goes right into that backpack as well. And when you put it on his back, that kind of is behind his head. You'll see more of that here in just a moment. You get a dagger. Another thing to be extremely careful with. The dagger was actually in the sheath. It's removable. But it was partially out of the sheath when I opened the box. And when it popped out, it actually broke. So these are very, very fragile. A little bit of glue and it'll be fixed just fine. But darn, a little bit of a design flaw in the packaging, if you ask me, not the figure. Get this out of the way and we'll get to his hands. 4 sets of hands total. He comes with 2 on already. And just so I can give you a better representation, I'll put my glove on. So the hands that are on him are kind of a open, like reaching out to grab or be handed something type hand. He gets a right and a left hand for holding what looks like it would be his bow hand. So he's holding it and he's got his thumb just slightly over. These are peg in hands, so very easy to pull in and pop back out. He has a bigger hand with, let's see here, he's got 3 fingers like this, and the pinky's way down, and then the thumbs up. That kind of hurts to do, just saying. So, that is that hand. And then he has a tighter grip hand. The hand's not fully closed. The thumb's off to the side. So another hand for possibly holding a bow or the dagger. That I could definitely use that for the dagger. So both right and left hand are identical. Then you have the figure. He is an awesome looking figure. So his crown that you see there are actually legs of insects. And he has 4 horns protruding out of his skull. These are softer plastic, but not super, super soft, except for this one. This one's got a little bit more wiggle. The horns, no. Those are pretty tough. He comes with this hood, I would say it is, for his neck. It comes separately in a little plastic Ziploc bag, so you actually have to remove his head to put that on. His beard does not articulate. His jaw does not open and close. It's a softer plastic on the beard, but still not super easy to move, so be careful. His head without the hood will rotate 360 degrees. With the hood on, not so much, because the hood kind of turns with it. He can look up. Let's see here. He can look up that far. Not a whole lot. And he can look down just that far. You do have head tilt, so you can tilt his head to the left or the right. Arms. Oh, man. These figures have very tight joints. I recommend soaking them in warm water or using a hair dryer on low setting to help loosen up the plastic in those joints. Don't want to get them too hot or else they can melt it. But we can get the famous T-pose. Now back down. All right. His arms will go 360 degrees around. Not a problem with that. You can do straight out like this, straight out like that. Works really well. His elbow is a single joint, but he can reach up really well with just that single joint. I mean, it's a better single joint, a lot more motion than most. He does rotate at his elbow. I should have left that elbow bent for that. So bend it straight out, and then he can go out to the side. He can go out to the side fully. Won't go back any further because the elbow joint, or the elbow, is cut off right about here, so the plastic lays over to kind of hide that joint. He does rotate his hand at the little forearm armor. He does rotate there. It will go all the way around 360 degrees. Same with his hand. His hand will rotate 360 degrees. Wrist peg bend, you have hand fully forward. And the hand does go back quite a bit, so very nice. There's back, and there's forward. So it's the same on both arms. He does have ab twist, and he can twist really far. So actually, yeah, he you can make him look at his own behind if you want. And he is a god, so who says what he can and can't do, right? I will say this is really a cool feature they did. So almost every piece of fabric on this guy has wires for posing. This top piece does not, because it lays right on top of the piece that does. But right here under his hip armor, they also have wires. Yeah, let's see if I can get the little bug leg out of the way. So yeah, that has wires. On his right hip, he has wires. On his back side, see here? Let's kind of feather that out. It does have a wire. The wire in the back only runs straight through the center, so you know whatever's left over hangs over, but you can move that around with your hand really easily. He does have these little bug legs attached to his hip on his belt. They are made of a soft rubber, so they move and get out of the way. He's got a really big one here. And they actually look like bug legs. Blech. And the metallic green that they used on, on the bow because the bow looks like bug legs that have been whittled and stuck together, are a nice, really shiny, bug-ish green metallic. Really cool. Something you'd see like on June bugs or stuff like that. On his waist here, he has a little satchel that's got holes in it with little bug legs sticking out of it, which they are a softer rubber too, so they move out of the way, but really cool. He has what looks like a little bottle, maybe poison or a drink in there with, well, who knows what's in there. Then he has another vial here that's got like a neon green color that's really nice. I didn't look at that. Let's see if... it doesn't really glow, but it does brighten up quite a bit with under a black light. His belt buckle looks a bit like a skull. Almost kind of a bug, but the beard hides that pretty well. Really neat. All right, let's move this out of the way here. For legs, he can kick straight forward. He can go back quite a bit. Make sure that knee's not bent. Nope, it's not. Yeah, so his leg can kick back that far. That's a really nice range of motion for that leg. Oh, I'm sorry. He does have ab crunch. I didn't say that. So he can lean forward and he can lean backwards quite a bit. I did the twist, but I didn't do the lean. The knees are single jointed knees. So his knee can bend back just that far. He does have a pivot at the knee. So you can turn them inward and outward. You can go 360 degrees if you want. So, very nice. His ankle, toe tip down. See this foot? Here, I'll put them both flat on the table. So now I will tip this one forward, and you can see it tips forward that much and backwards. Come on, you. There we go. Backwards. Just about that much. Can do ankle pivot. As well, his ankles can twist 360 degrees. Very nice. Now let's really quickly slap these shoulder pauldrons on him. And you need to be careful with these because they do have some sharp edges. You don't want to jab yourself. And I will say these shoulder pauldrons have a greenish, almost like they used a very translucent green paint on it. I got the left one on and I popped the right one out. That figures. All right, so the shoulder pauldrons are on. Definitely take the head off and don't put the cowl on before. So those will bend up. Let's see with it. The armor on. Oh yeah, he can still get his arms plenty out. There we go. So get the backpack on almost all the way first, and then this slides between his back, and there's a little groove cut into his bug-shaped backpack there that this magical piece slides into. I'll stick his wings back on. Probably be easier with it on the figure too, so there. It does squeak when you move those wings. Man, does that look cool. Oh, I knocked out his antenna again. So, as you can see, it's not perfect. And man, these wings do not like to stay in there. Bummer. Well, all right. Let's get into the meat of it. Articulation. Articulation's good. I like, the good motion with the legs, the head, the elbows, shoulders, waist. I'm really enjoying it. It's a nice figure. They did a really good job. Out of 10, though, this doesn't want to stay in there. The wings don't want to press in very well. The antennas not wanting to stay in. And this was not a cheap figure, might I add. This guy, I think we paid, let's see here, right around $60 for him. I've really been impressed with Four Horsemen Studios and their figures. This one's kind of a letdown to me, unfortunately. It's an awesome looking figure once you get him posed and set and never touch it again. I'm sure it'll look great in your collection. But I'm actually going to give this one a pretty low score. I want to say 4, but I think I might be good. And this could be an issue with just my figure. Yours could be completely different. I'm going to give it a 5. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. It's a very, very cool looking figure. And if you're collecting the Circle of Poxxus figures, I mean, yes, I would say definitely pick him up for your set. But get him in a pose, be very careful, and then never, ever touch him again. This one's a rough one. I'm sorry. I was really hoping this was going to be a lot better, but unfortunately, with everything, they can't all be winners. Well, don't forget to visit us on Facebook and our website, www.dragondenproductions.com, and leave a comment if you want to see another figure pose, or let me know your experience with the figure. I'd really like to know if it's just mine that's doing this. Let me know if you've had a better interaction with it. I'd really like to hear that. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.
Hey, here's another DragonDen video you might like.
And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button.
And you can hit the notification bell if you'd like to know when our videos come out.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.